What was important to me was to earn money, to have the nice things in life, to have an excellent education, status, to be an important man in business, at work, to have a nice house, to have beautiful children, and a nice family. Most of these things were taken away from me 3 years ago. I lost my job. I was made to be a villain. To make matters worse, my son developed a dreadful mental disease called schizophrenia. Schizophrenia. I couldn't pronounce that word before. Any one of you who's got children will understand that when you lose your son, you lose a lot. My daughter left the house to stay with her boyfriend. To me, or to rather to my wife and I, you leave the house to get married or because you were promoted, and it was a non-event. The relationship between my wife and myself changed dramatically. She was now the earner. I was now the housewife, the house husband. And I didn't do a good job at that either, because I was full of hatred for what life had done to me. What had I done to deserve all this? I was fortunate that my wife never let me down. She kept me, she fed me, and she loved me. And for that I say thank you to her in public. I was also fortunate to be able to go to the Cape Mental Health Association, and they kept me going. But still, that hatred and the post-traumatic stress disorder that I suffered kept me mad. When I say mad, I was sick mentally. And I decided that I wanted to revenge myself. Revenge on those that have hurt me so badly. And that included God. Why did he have to choose my son to become schizophrenic? There's not a single ounce of malice in him. He's got a golden heart, and he's got to suffer that, and he knows it. Most of them don't know it. And I decided that I was going to commit suicide, because the one person that had no reason to hurt me on this earth was the presiding officer in the court, the judge. And the other one, as far as I'm concerned, was God. I was going to give him his life back. And I decided that I didn't want to hurt people that didn't deserve to be hurt. So I wrote letters on the computer, and I prepared. Every single person who could possibly feel hurt or guilty for what I was about to do would receive a letter from me. And a week before I was going to go to the judge's house, where I knew he stayed, and hand him a letter, and then pour petrol over myself and set myself alight in front of everybody in his house, in his street. I went to a shop, and in that shop I bought what I had to, and when I came to pay at the counter, I saw the most loving eyes I've ever come across. The little green booklet that you have in front of you, those eyes looked at me, and I felt a whole hatred that I had built up over 3 years of fighting in the industrial court, like falling away from me. And there was a little notice to say that there was a messenger available to talk, and there would be a meeting. And the little voice talked to me and said, take the notice down and take the booklet. I didn't take the details of the message, of the venue, but I did take the booklet. I paid what I had to, made a joke with the lady, and went home. And when I came home, those eyes kept on looking at me, and I was touched. And I thought, no, I had to do something. So I phoned the shop and I said, listen, there was a notice there. Please tell me what the notice is. What is the telephone number? Because I want to contact these people. And the lady said to me, I'm sorry, sir. The manager does not allow any booklets, leaflets, or pamphlets, or whatever on the wall, and certainly not on the counter. So I said, but I asked you for a little booklet, whether I could have one. And you said, yes, help yourself. She said, I didn't, because there never was a booklet in front of me. I said, but there was, I've got it in front of me. She said, sir, I remember exactly what you bought. I can tell you how you paid for it, you know, in monetary values, and what coins and so on you gave me. And I can promise you it wasn't there. Please, she said, do me a favor, look in the back of the booklet and phone the people there. You might find a telephone number there. But leave me in peace, I got work to do. So I found that book. I looked in the back and I got a telephone number and I phoned. And eventually I received a convenient method of meditation, which, as was explained, you just have to be a vegetarian for 10 days. Now, I used to eat a lot of meat. And when I say I used to eat a lot of meat, I mean it. And from the one day to the next, I didn't touch a piece of meat. I haven't eaten an egg since. I don't eat chicken, although I could eat a whole chicken by myself, not a problem. Not that I'm proud of it. But I realized that since I didn't give life to any animal on this earth, who am I to take that right and deprive that animal of its life? Because all animals value their lives. The moment they know that they're going to lose their lives, they defend it. Every one of us, we value our lives. And we value our lives because we realize that we are here on this earth to learn what it is we've forgotten. As far as I'm concerned, what we are here to learn is to learn that, one, we've got to love the person, he or her, whatever you want to call it, the Creator. Call him Allah, call him God, call him Pampoon for all I care. And whilst before I wanted to revenge on him, that is gone. That hatred which I had is completely gone. I have now more compassion towards my fellow human being. I try to be also more understanding, more tolerant towards my daughter, towards my son, towards my fellow human being. You know, we are different people the moment we are behind the wheel. We can have a beautiful girl and we will smile at her, but put her behind the wheel and you go behind the wheel, and my boy, you got somebody else there. And when it is particularly to take a parking, and that woman is going to take your parking, you know what you do with her. You jump in front of her. Now, to learn that, to undo 60 years, that's what I will be next month. 60 years of bad habit. Takes a lot of working. But I must say that meditation, throughout the day, an awareness also of why we are here, has helped me to become a calmer person, a more satisfied person, a more compassionate person, I believe. I've learned that money is not everything. Status is not everything. In fact, it is there, gone in 1 second. That's what happened to me. Everything that I valued in a split second was gone. And unless we go through life appreciating and being thankful for what we have, we may lose it just like that. And the same with our life. Now, I'm not trying to impress you on the physical side or benefit of the Kuan Yin method of meditation. But 2 years ago, I suffered 4 heart attacks, 2 of which were deadly. The blockage was right on the top, where it starts splitting. I experienced the most extreme pain that you can possibly imagine. The best way for me to describe it to you is to say, imagine you had pins and needles, times 1,000,000 times from top to bottom. And whilst I was experiencing that pain, I felt that there was a woman that was caressing my hand, and I also felt enveloped by love. And I was quite, in spite of that pain, I was actually quite calm and peaceful. 6 months later, I went for a checkup at the hospital. And they put me through the paces. You know this thing that you got to walk? You walk up, they make it tighter and they make it faster. And the specialist kept on looking at me like this, and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and I said, what's his problem? And he said to me, are you okay? So I said, no, I'm okay, no problem. I said, you all right? So I said, I'm all right. I did 95% of the test. And when I finished with that, eventually that 95%, at one stage I said to him, you know, I feel a little bit tired here, you know? So he said, stop. So I stopped. He said, my friend, your file tells me that you have had 2 major heart attacks. That had you not changed your way of living, had you not become a vegetarian, if you would have been smoking, if you would have been overweight, if you would have been drinking, if you would have kept a stressful life, you would have been gone a long time ago, and your wife would have been a widow. So he said, you're very fortunate, but I can find very little record on the graph here. You look like a young guy. These are the experiences that I just wanted to give to you for your consideration. Thank you very much for being so patient and having listened to me.
I will forever love you through all the world, through all the lovers, through all the beauties that you saw adore. Through all the beauty that I will forever love you. Through all the mothers, through all the lovers, through all the beauty that you saw adore. Through all the beauties that you saw adore. You will forever search for the love in yonder, the love in yourself, the love in my Lord that you saw. I know you're very light, but the true love you find only by my side. When your journey ends, I'll send you my side. I'll send you my love. I'll send you my life.
We warmly welcome Master Suma Chinghai once again. At this point, we're going to ask Robin Karma Kaya from Tibetan Center of Africa, the representative in Africa of the Dharma Arya Akong Rinpoche. In the tradition of Tibetan Buddhism, a white scarf is given as a sign of respect. Thank you.
going to open a flower shop here.
Without further ado, I hand you over to Master Suma Qinghai.
Yes, welcome you. Welcome everyone to Cape Town. The most favorite in Africa, most favorite city. How's everyone? Are you feeling as good as I do? I know you've been working very hard for this evening, and may God bless you for your effort. I know you have been working hard, and God will reward you, or you reward yourself, or best, you don't have any reward. Everyone has been working hard, huh? Except me. I'm just coming here, dress up, sit pretty, and still feel tired and complain. Well, I have to make myself look the best, right? For all the gods and goddesses to hear tonight. I prepared like an hour. Because every time I have an opportunity to see you like this, I feel it's a great event. Once in a lifetime, or once in many lifetimes. Because not everyone has the honor to be here like myself and meet so many intelligent people in one evening together like this. It is a great privilege, and I would like to tell you how grateful I am. And may God bless you, bless your country, and bless the world. Yes, they have prepared a lot, like 2 weeks for this evening. And I'm very grateful for all these generous, enthusiastic, and loving people. They are the ones who deserve the most praise, the most loving comment. Without them, perhaps the world would have been different. Their effort is always appreciated, not only by myself, but I guess by all the people, by you as well. It is a great work. They have worked very hard. Please thank them for me. All our people here, there. They are really, I don't know, so highly developed people, yes. So for everything in this life, we prepared like that. We must prepare a long time for everything that we want to enjoy or everything we want to experience. We even prepare for the rainy day. We work hard and we spend some and we put some in the bank or some in the saving account for some emergency. And we even save for retirement, and we prepared for the funeral service, but we forgot to prepare the road. So every one of us know that we do not live here very long. We do not stay here very long. But the worldly demand, the survival, the struggle have always tried to make us forget what we are here for, and have always tried to make us forget that we will not be here very long at all. I was born somehow yesterday, and today I'm 40, don't tell, 40 something, okay? But yesterday the newspaper printed that I'm 51, my God. That's not true, it makes me feel so old. I'm not yet 50, tell everybody, okay? Anyhow, all of us will leave this physical world one day, but not all of us prepared for that final departure. And that's why most of us are feeling uneasy and very fearful of that day, even though some of us are very young still, like me. Already worry about the fearful day of departure. That is because we have not prepared very well for that day. We prepare for insurance, we prepare for sickness, we prepare for the house, mortgage and everything. But we have not prepared for the day that we depart from this world. In the Bible, it is mentioned that forsake the flesh for the spirit, learn to die so that you will begin to live. We read that every day, or more than once a day. But many of us do not know how to die daily so that we can know life as it truly is. Of course, that is all right also. That is all right also. Because we all have eternity to make choice again and again. Excuse me. Some of the smoke in airplane. I love smoke. It makes my throat sore, my lung burning, and my nose running, and make me feel groggy for 3 days after the airplane. I really love this secondhand smoke. It's free of charge, except I have to pay for medicine. Where were we? Did you listen? Where? Finally? Die every day. Oh, yes, okay. I'm here today not to show you how to live your life. I want to show you how to die. Because only when we learn how to die and face death squarely, then we will not be afraid anymore of the unknown. Because once we die, it's just like we're living now, except much, much better condition. We're more free. We can move anywhere at the speed of faster than light. We can have anything we want in an instant, and we are freer than the bird, and we can have access to God anytime, because we will be one with God. But that is if we're prepared for it. Because our thought is very powerful. In everyday life, whatever we think, whatever we desire the most, these things will come to us. And suppose at the time of departure from this world, if our thought were dwelling on something and it has not come true yet, we return again to this physical planet to live out our desire, to fulfill our wishes. So in order for someone who do not like to come back here again, or someone who would like to master the destiny of their future existence after this existence, there is a way to prepare for that. At the time of departure from this world, if our thought is very powerful about something, we will be drawn to that thing or that event or that desire. That when we are alive, we train our thought in a very positive way every day. We train as much as we can until it becomes second nature, until it becomes us. Then at the time of death, we will go where our thought lead us. Because we are the essence of God. We have God power within us, whether we are aware of it or not. So our thought is practically very, very powerful. If during our lifetime we have been brainwashed into believing that we are sinners, that we are a wretch, that we are unredeemable, that we are not worth the love of God, that we will go to hell, and then we have been described how terrible hell is, etc., etc. Then at the time of death, if we believe in that, we will go to the so-called hell, even though hell doesn't exist. We create, or other people create for us. Since the old time, fear has been injected into our gene, into our brain, into our way of life, so that some group of people could have control over us and make us submissive to whatever their purpose, not always very noble. Therefore, in order to free ourselves, we have to be acquainted ourselves again with the true teaching of all the masters since ancient time. That teaching is God or Buddha or Allah is ever merciful. And we are the children of this highest power. And we will be forever loved, forgiven, and helped in any way possible in this life and the life after. I have seen that myself. I have seen God's power at work. I have seen only love and mercy in the realm of invisible as well as the realm of physical. There is no such thing as damnation or hell or revenge from God. Because even if our mortal parents love us and forgive us time again and again, our Godfather or Godmother would be even infinite time more forgiving, more loving. The only problem is we have long been